Letting number 8648, 2017 Terminal Baggage Claim Drive to Ticketing Drive Staircase at St. Louis Lambert Airport. We have 3 bids. Rainier Construction, LLC, RAINERI Construction, LLC, $829,877.35 total base bid. 829,877.35. Alternate number 1, add $1,950. 1950.00. Cosney Wagner, Inc. KOZENY, Wagner, Inc. Total base bid $894,150. 894,150.00. Alternate number 1, deduct $15,000. 15000.00. Jackson Building Group, Inc. JACKSON Building Group, Inc. $724,865. 724,865.00. Add 51,000. 51000. With the low bidder, please meet with Ms. Ben in the hallway. Thank you.
Hearing number 8205. This hearing numbered 8205 is being conducted pursuant to Chapter 8.55 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. The applicant, Forte Massage and Spas, proposing to operate a massage establishment at 6436 Chippewa. As outlined in Section 8.55 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis, the Board of Public Service may approve issuance of a license following a hearing if all the requirements for a massage establishment are met unless they find: A, the operation as proposed by the applicant, if permitted, would not have complied with all applicable laws, including but not limited to the building, health, city planning, housing, zoning, and fire codes of the City of St. Louis. B, the applicant and any other person who will be directly engaged in the management of the operation of a massage establishment has been convicted of: 1, a felony not involving sexual misconduct with children, obscenity, keeping or residing in a house of ill fame, solicitation of a lewd or unlawful act, prostitution, or pandering. 2, an offense involving sexual misconduct with children. 3, obscenity, keeping or residing in a house of ill fame, solicitation of a lewd or unlawful act, prostitution, or pandering. The Board of Public Service, in its discretion, may authorize issuance of a license to any person convicted of any of the crimes in subsection B1 if it finds the conviction occurred at least 3 years prior to the date of the application and the applicant has had no subsequent convictions. BPS has in its possession the following documents which are being introduced into evidence. Item 1, a certified copy of Chapter 8.55 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. Item 2, a completed application for a massage establishment license for 6436 Chippewa, including but not limited to: A, a plat and petition of consent for 6436 Chippewa submitted by the applicant. B, the applicant's fingerprints. Item 3, a memorandum from the zoning inspector finding the plat and petition of consent for 6436 Chippewa to be in due form. Item 4, a letter from the interim director of health, Melba Moore, dated July 17, 2017, stating that community sanitation staff inspected the facility at 6436 Chippewa and found no evidence of health code violations. Issuance of a license for a massage establishment was recommended. Item 5, a copy of the certificate of occupancy and zoning issued to Forte Massage and Spa. Item 6, copies of the public notices for this BPS hearing. Item 7, copies of the letters sent from the Secretary of BPS notifying the applicant of this BPS hearing. And item 8, a copy of the Missouri Massage Therapist License for Laborio Chirco. The board will swear in and hear from the representatives from the city departments, followed by the applicant and those in support of this application. The board will then allow anyone in opposition to address the board. Your testimony is being recorded. When you come forward, please state your name and address and be sworn in. As you testify, please direct your comments to the board and not to those in the audience. Members of the audience are asked to remain silent and not coach the witnesses. During your testimony, members of this board may have questions for you. Following this hearing, the board will proceed with its regular agenda. Following the conclusion of the regular agenda, the board will deliberate, discuss, and vote on this hearing. At this time, the board asks a representative of the Department of Health, please come forward and be sworn in.
Would you state your name for the board, please?
John Ward.
Would you raise your hand, please? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Did you perform an inspection of the proposed massage establishment located at 6436 Chippewa?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did you determine that the proposed massage establishment complies with all applicable health and safety laws and regulations as promulgated by the Director of Health?
Yes.
Is it your recommendation that a license be issued to the applicant for the operation of this massage establishment at this location?
Yes, it is.
Does the board have any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The board asks Representative of the Office of Zoning Administrator, please come forward and be sworn in.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God. My return as zoning inspector for the city of St. Louis.
Did you review the completed plat and neighborhood consent petition submitted by the applicant for the proposed massage establishment located at 6436 Chippewa?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you determine that the neighborhood consent petition complies with the requirements of Section 8.55.040 of the revised code?
Yes, sir, it does.
And is it your recommendation that a license be issued to the applicant for the proposed use of this facility?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are there any further questions from the board? Thank you. The board asks that the applicant please come forward and be sworn in.
Over here, Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Would you state your name for the board, please?
Molly McNichols.
How many employees, if any, will you have at this massage establishment?
Total, as of now, will be 3 eventually.
Okay. That's fine. So we're going to go through it in the same manner as if she was the applicant. Okay. So you're speaking for the applicant, correct?
Correct, yes.
Right. Okay, thank you. All right. And do all the masseuses and masseurs have their Missouri State Massage Therapist license?
Yes.
Okay. And have you completed, or has the applicant completed a police record check for the purposes of this application?
I believe so.
Okay. And do you know what the results of that record check were?
That I don't know.
Okay. Have you read, and has the applicant read, and will you and the applicant be able to comply with all the provisions of Chapter 8.55 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis?
Yes.
And specifically, I'll go through these one by one and just ask that you indicate yes, if that's correct. Specifically, one, do you understand as an operator of a massage establishment, you are at all times responsible for the orderly conduct of this establishment and the acts of any agents, servants, or employees in the operation of this establishment?
Yes.
Do you understand that every portion of the proposed massage establishment shall be kept clean and operated in a sanitary manner?
Yes.
Okay. And finally, will you be able to comply with all the operating regulations for the massage establishment as provided in Section 8.55 of the Revised Code?
Yes.
Okay. Does the board have any further questions for the representative? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If there's anyone here in support of the proposed massage establishment that wishes to testify, please come forward and be sworn in. Seeing none. If there's anyone in opposition to the proposed massage establishment that wishes to testify, please come forward and be sworn in. Seeing none. This matter concerning hearing number 8205 is now closed and submitted. The board will deliberate the matter following the remaining agenda items. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Wilson?
Here.
Director Hayes?
Here.
Director Moore is excused. Director Deacon? Here. And President Bradley?
Here. We have a quorum. I'll call the meeting in order.
From the President. Addendum number 2 for letting number 8649, Germania Street Improvements, Gravois Avenue to I-55, Federal Project number STP 5424606, St. Louis, Missouri. Supplemental Agreement number 1 to PSA number 1189, design of the reconstruction of taxiway K, L, and S from taxiway Echo to runway 12R through 30L. Rehabilitate runway 12L through 30R, outer panels and taxiway Kilo north of runway 12L through 30R, Lambert, St. Louis International Airport. PSA number 1206, professional design services for ADA upgrades and general improvements for St. Louis City Parks. Contract with concessionaire for Steinberg Memorial Skating Rink and concession stand at Aviation Field between the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry and LASEX LLC. The term of the agreement is from October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2019, with options to extend the term. The selection committee at its meeting of August 28th chose LASIK LLC as the provider. From the President, Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Deaconess Foundation for public improvements at 10,000 North Vandevender at the northeast corner of Vandevender and Bell in City Block 2513. 1900 Washington Partners LLC for installation of decorative light poles, retaining walls, and an access ramp to a new basement parking garage at 1900 and 1935 Washington. Retaining walls and ramp encroach on St. Charles Street side. Rob Wagstaff, Urban Works Architect and Urban Design for public improvements, which include new curbs, ADA ramps, and ADA compliant sidewalks. Portions of planter boxes, stairs, and ADA ramps will encroach into public right-of-way at 2801 Magnolia. Additionally, install bump outs along California Avenue. From the President, Director of Public Utilities, Streets, and Health and Hospitals. Joint recommendation that permit for Nestle Purina Pet Care for removal of contaminated soil. Equipment will be placed under the Tucker Street Bridge to access the location of remaining soil from the removal of underground storage tank at 1217 Gratiot. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits for AT&T be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. To inspect 11 manholes on Washington to Pendleton, 2 manholes on Pendleton to Olive, 3 manholes on Olive to Newstead, and 3 manholes on Newstead for a total of 18 manholes. AT&T to also detail 20 manholes from 4101 Washington North on Sarah to 2825 Sarah. Total number of manholes are 39 for the entire route. No excavation is required. Will only inspect the path to each manhole along the route. Place 13,105 feet of fiber optic cable after all manhole inspections are completed. Starting from manhole at 4510 South Kings Highway, bore 1,261 feet to new handhole at 5049 Devonshire, dig 1 feet to new concrete pad with fiber distribution box. From handhole at 5049 Devonshire, bore 32 feet to riser pole at same address. Also from handhole, bore 354 feet to riser pole at 5049 Lansdowne and 324 feet to riser pole at 5046 Devonshire. From pole at 4907 Devonshire, bore 240 feet to manhole at 4510 South Kings Highway. Bore 268 feet to new pedestal with fiber terminal at 4416 South Kings Highway. From handhole at 4510 South Kings Highway, bore 395 feet to new handhole with terminal inside at 4676 Lansdowne. Recommendation that the following permits for Amarin, Missouri be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. To install a new pole on the north side of Alley, south of Maryland, and east of Whittier for 4 new underground service attachments. Recommendation that the following permits for Charter Communications be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Due to low clearance over a truck entrance causing Charter spectrum lines to be hit, relocate aerial fiber to underground. Do a 2-inch bore starting in front of 8776 Hall Street, east side of Hall Street, to place duct and fiber underground, going north, staying on the east side of the street for a distance of 1,825 feet, ending in front of 9100 Hall Street, and starting at existing Charter Vault at the southeast corner of Olive and 9th. Bore east 150 feet along Olive, then bore north to 815 Olive Street, setting the vault in the sidewalk. Recommendation that permit for Amarin, Missouri to set new pole for a new lateral to a new pad-mounted transformer serving new Whistler Apartments development be approved subject to certain conditions. Recommendation that permit for Amarin, Missouri to construct new multiple conduit banks within Broadway at Lucas be approved. Recommendation that permit for Union Electric Company doing business as Amarin, Missouri to build conduit on Duncan, east of Sarah and west of Boyle to provide new service to the building at 4220 Duncan be filed by reason of the fact that it is a duplicate. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Park South Properties, LLC, to encroach with wheelchair ramp at 4170 Manchester, corner of Manchester and Kentucky. Recommendation that permit for Four Hands Brewing Company, LLC, to hang banners on light poles along 7th and Highway 55 exit to Choteau be denied by reason of the fact that advertising is not permitted in the public right-of-way. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that the following festival zones be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Connection Block Party, October 21st, 2017 at 6701 through 6728 Virginia between Haven and Cross, and 6701 Haven between Virginia to Alley Behind Church. Four Hands City Block Party, October 22nd, 2017, at the parking lot at Four Hands Brewing Company at 1220 South 8th Street and Hickory Street at 8th. Four Hands Wrestling Event, October 29th, 2017, at Four Hands Brewery at 1220 South 8th Street, parking lot, closed Hickory at 8 for pedestrian safety. And Halloween Drag Show, October 31st, 2017, at 12th Street between Geyer and Allen. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Michael Vicentainer, zoning plan examiner for the city. I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 4 applications at 1801 South 9th Street, 4263 West Page, 2400 through 2410 North Sarah, and 1856 Utah.
Are there any questions from the board on the conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Motion to approve the conditional uses.
Been moved and second for approval as recommended. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Wilson?
Yes.
Director Hayes?
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Deacon?
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Conditional uses are approved. Hearing number 8205, Forte Massage and Spa at 6436 Chippewa. Appears that all the documents are in order. I'll open the floor up for any discussion or questions. Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Motion to approve the application.
Moved in second for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Hayes?
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Deacon?
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. Turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, September 26, 2017. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved in second for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Hayes?
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Deacon?
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Addendum number 1, questions or comments on the addendum? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Motion to approve the addendum.
Second.
Moved in second to approve the addendum. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Hayes?
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Deacon?
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. The addendum is approved. Today's agenda, questions or comments?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Moved in second for approval of the agenda. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Hayes?
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Deacon?
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Today's agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
Move we adjourn. Second.
Moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.